capitano, bandiera, campione d'Italia e campione del mondo, uno scudetto, 2 Supercoppe, 2 Coppe Italia, scarpa d'oro e Golden Foot, è semplicemente uno di noi. 307 gol, 786 presenze, 567 da capitano, numero 10, Francesco! Figlio di Roma, capitano, bandiera, campione d'Italia e campione del mondo, uno scudetto, 2 Supercoppe, 2 Coppe Italia, scarpa d'oro e Golden Foot, è semplicemente uno di noi. 307 gol, 786 presenze, 567 da capitano, numero 10, Francesco!
A very lovely afternoon to all of you. Happy Eid al-Mubarak. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. Welcome to Game Plan on 99.7 Joe FM, also on Hitz 103.9 FM. My name is Fentuo, Tahiru Fentuo. Welcome to the show. We're on from now till 3 p.m. Wherever you're tuning in, your first time, your team time, we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming. This afternoon, it will be epic. Epic because we've had a week of unprecedented decisions. The Confederation of African Football, they have stripped Senegal of the AFCON title. New African champions, according to CAF, are Morocco. Or it's not that straightforward, is it? So this afternoon on the show, you will hear from Legal Brains, you'll hear from my guys here, and all the different perspectives, everybody's case, from CAF to Morocco to Senegal, and what could happen at the Court of Arbitration for Sport, because Senegal have said they will appeal their decision. We'll hear from legal brains across the continent, not just here in Ghana as well. People who have worked with the Court of Arbitration for Sport, people who have worked with the Confederation of African Football's judicial bodies. So it will be an exciting next 90 minutes of unadulterated pure talk. Show proudly brought to you by Betway. Betway more. And Otoado has also named a squad, 26-man squad, for 2 friendly matches against Austria next Friday and against Germany 3 days after that. We'll go through that squad, see what solutions he's trying to find with the team that he's listed. League action as well. And I hate to bring that topic up. Chelsea humbled 8-2 on aggregates. The pairings are in the most contested fixture in Champions League. Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. 26 times they've played each other in the Champions League. They go at it again. So all of that to come here on the show, which is live also on X Spaces on the Joy 99.7 FM handle, as well as on YouTube on the Joy FM handle. So you can join us on the show on those platforms as well. But if you're listening to us on the radio, in your car, comfortably at home with an earpiece or streaming, using a platform, you're very welcome to the show. We appreciate you being here today. Of course, spending your holiday with us, 90 minutes of your holiday with us. And the guys are here, so I don't want to waste too much time. Let me welcome into the show. Sitsofe Flavor Atsirim is here. Sitso, how you doing?
See.
That's right. Daniel Koranteng as well. Bad man!
Charlie!
And of course, Victor is here too.
Bye, thanks. You think that's it?
So today you are happy that I called you Victor, but yesterday somewhere
Yesterday's
else
not
I called you
No.
Victor, and you were upset.
Yesterday is not today. Yesterday is
Why
not
you carrying
today.
yesterday to today?
The past.
It's not the present. Thank you.
Welcome to the show. We'll also be joined by Sammy Bartels via Zoom. Of course, let's check our Zoom. Is he in there yet? I don't know.
Sammy's cool.
Yeah, is it what?
Sammy's cool. Solid guy.
Oh yeah. Sammy. I asked him to come. He said no. He's chopping salad.
Yeah.
Somebody who did not fast.
But you people, the salad, is it for only those who fasted? Sure. Is it not for friends and giving and opening up to? You know where is your own?
This is a small salad.
Every day.
It's a small salad.
Every day.
Every salad we have is small
salad.
But you said this are the last one.
We never they see the big one. Hey, Charlie.
The big one will come.
Yo.
So this one, what do you do? This one, what do you do? You still give alms, don't you?
Yes, we do zakat. Zakat. So this is actually the month where you give the biggest alms. Actually.
Okay.
So we don't eat. We give it out.
Okay.
No, you need to celebrate.
Small.
You need to celebrate. Yeah. But you know, it's this is the month of like reflection. So you need to show some modesty. You need.
So you've done your reflections.
Yeah. No opulence.
So you've done your reflections, yeah.
Yeah. The night before the Eid, or I think 2 days before.
So that would
the
be
Eid.
Thursday.
Yeah, you're supposed to give what you call zakat. You learned your RME, right?
Yeah.
Which is one of the 5 pillars of
Islam.
Yeah, true.
Zakat. So you need to give alms, and it's a certain percentage of your annual earnings, and you can give it out in financial terms.
Because you're not anything.
So what percentage?
If this was not radio, I was going to write it down.
Wait.
The annual earnings, is it from like your main job?
Every earning
or
is
every
calculated.
earning that you
Every earning. You're
So you
supposed
this
to
guy
do the
right?
calculation.
So this year.
I'll give you an example. So the problem is that, well, not a problem. The challenge with modern day zakat giving
Can't keep track.
is keeping track of, because back in the day, if you're a farmer, you're a maize farmer or a livestock farmer,
it was
you
easier.
can count how many
It was easier.
livestock you added to
That's
livestock you have. You can count maybe how many bags of maize you made from your farm.
True.
You give a percentage, you do the calculation, you give a percentage of that out. But now with all the galamsey that people are doing,
It makes sense.
Sometimes when the thing come now, then you transfer and go somewhere.
So
now if you
I
add down
think,
then do
yeah.
that.
So I think some people find different ways. So somebody will just say, okay, let me see like my savings. So like, how much do I have in savings? Let me give a percentage of that out. Like it solves the complication, or you know what I mean. So you have
But
to find.
zakat, something didn't come to us.
Is that
You're
no,
not-
I'm supposed to
zakat-
give it out to needy people.
Why? I thought you said
I thought it's I don't need it.
Needy is relative.
Yeah, exactly. So
You
I
can't look at
determine
my
it. Thank
face.
you very much.
No. We do.
The point is this.
Uh-huh.
The point is this. I can't give everyone, and I'm not supposed to give people I know.
Oh, okay.
That's not how
okay.
it works.
Okay.
Like, as in, like, I'm not supposed to give my friends.
Yeah, your inner
But
circle. or your-
if I know somebody else that I have determined to be more need than you,
Yeah.
I should give them. Right? So you're not only supposed to give family.
So when do we get the
members.
meat? Nekrakra said, when do we get the meat?
This is not
You
the
go talk to
meat
the next one.
I said it. You're not
so
keeping track.
wait, when I was coming, some Okada guy was carrying like 3 chickens at the back. So this is the chicken salad.
Thank you very much, Daniel Kraft.
So
You are
the
the
cow-
one- you are the one paying
cow
attention.
salad.
Yes.
So the cow salad be the one we
It's
will
the
come.
big salad.
When is that one?
That one doesn't come with the fasting.
No.
Oh, so the one with the fasting is the.
That one is more like the celebration of the Islamic New Year.
Yeah.
Sort of. The Eid al-Adha.
When is
That's
that one?
Ada.
It's 2 months, 2 moons and 10 days from today.
2 moons as in 2 months.
Yes.
Okay.
And today.
Yeah.
So
The
that
cycle
should
of
be-
the
The guy, you check the calendar.
Oh yeah, I for check.
Actually, check the calendar.
He should pray that when he catch here, when he catch there, then there's a day to do game plan for him to come and confront me.
It doesn't matter when
I will know your house.
That day. Why? It doesn't matter.
Wherever you day, we go find you.
I just checked the Google calendar. This year's one would likely be on the 27th of May.
What day is that?
27th of May? I don't know. Check which day of the year that
I'll
is.
probably be on leave by that time. I will find you.
So,
27th of May.
27th May.
Wednesday.
Charlie, my calendar even has that day checked
That's fine.
as Edo Ada, tentative. Now confirmed. Nice one.
Very interesting.
anyway, so Sami Bartels is on. Let's talk to
Sami
let's talk to
Sami
Sami.
school,
I love the name. I love the name.
Yes. Erade Nyankopɔn. Hey guys. All right, Sami, can you hear me? How are you? Where is Sami? All right.
He doesn't show an audio. I don't think he joined with audio.
No, Sami is there. Sami is there. The problem is with these people over here. So I'm telling you that. Anyway, guys, we've got a lot to get into. Let me just lay the background for it. Now we know that CAF made on Tuesday night. CAF made a very dramatic decision to strip Senegal, the CAF Appeals Board, of their AFCON title. They also reduced several fines that were initially handed to Morocco for the skirmishes that played out during the AFCON final. And so obviously that kind of decision is being unprecedented, especially at this level. So lots of people have been reacting. Obviously, the first coming from Senegal, who have said that they're heading to the Court of Arbitration for Sport to appeal. There's been lots of reaction from several ex-players, both from within and from without the continent of Africa. From Patrice Evra to Thierry Henry to George Weah to Samuel Eto'o Fields, Didier Drogba, all of them have gone in the same direction, where they have said that the only place where the winner of an AFCON title should be determined should be on the pitch, and that they don't support this particular decision. Now, there have been lawyers who have also been reacting to this. Raymond Hack is an arbiter at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. He used to be chairman of the CAF Disciplinary Committee. He's still chairman of the South African League's Disciplinary Committee. He spoke on this, and he says he believes that when Senegal head to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, they will win the case because the appeals committee misinterpreted and misapplied the regulations that they quoted or that they stood on to disqualify and strip Senegal of the title.
They based their decision on Article 82, which said that if the team goes off the field of play without the authority of the referee, Article 84 comes into play. But they didn't read Article 84 too well, because Article 84 says the team which contravenes the provisions of Article 82 and Article 83 will be eliminated from the competition. It doesn't say the provisions of Article 82 or 83. It says Article 82 and 83, and that's where they award the 3-0 score. Senegal did not in any way do anything wrong as far as Article 83 is concerned. But the point that they are all missing is the referee's decision in terms of Article 6 of the CAF Disciplinary Code is final. So when is final? If you look in terms of the IFAB rules, whether it be 5.2, which talks about the referee, the game is finished when the referee blows the whistle for it being finished.
All right, so you had Raymond Hack there. He's basically saying that the appeals committee misapplied the rules. He's not the only one who has made this claim. Kwesi Nyantakyi obviously is also a lawyer, used to be CAF vice president. He agrees with Raymond Hark, and he said that the rules were misapplied.
To qualify or to apply Article 82, you must identify certain factual circumstances. One, was there a match? In this case, yes, there was a match. Two, was there an abrupt end of the match? In this case, there was no abrupt end of the match because the match traveled its full length and ended successfully under the orders of the referee. If the match had ended abruptly, then the next question would have been, who caused the abrupt end of the match? The team whose players, officials or supporters are held responsible for the abrupt end of the match will be sanctioned accordingly. And then the next ingredient that you need to establish is that did the referee record these things in his report? In these modern times when matches are even shown on television, the referee's report cannot contradict what actually transpired on the field of play. And so I do not expect this referee to record anywhere that this match did not end successfully, because we all saw the match and we all saw that it ended in regular time under the instructional authority of the referee. So Article 82 and Article 84 do not, with due respect, apply the circumstances of this case.
All right, so that's Kwesi Nyantakyi there as well. And Sami, I believe we can hear Sami now. Sami, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, friends. I promised you I would not be sitting in the car, but
you did, and yet here we are. And yet,
hi guys.
Here we are.
Before I speak, can I hear the bird cry one more time? You know, it's morale.
Oh, Charlie!
Charlie! Oh, God. Sami, what did you do? Oh, man. All right, before you...
What did CAF do? That's the question. What did CAF do?
Fair question. Now, CAF have been responding. That's one thing they did. They've been responding to their criticisms of their own decision. The CAF president, Patrice Motsepe, he said that the decision reflects the independence of the judicial bodies of CAF. This is what he said.
The independence is reflected by the decisions that were taken by the two bodies. The CAF disciplinary board took one decision. The CAF appeals board took a totally different position. And I'm told that Senegal is going to appeal, which is very important. Every one of the 54 nations in Africa have a right to pursue their appeals and their advance interests, not only at the highest level in Africa, in CAF, but also the highest body, which is the CAS. And we will adhere and respect the decision that's taken at the highest level. A critical factor is that not a single country in Africa will be treated in a manner that is more preferential or more advantageous or more favorable than any other country on the African continent.
Very interesting thoughts. That's Patrice Motsepe reacting to all of the backlash that CAF has received since this decision came into being. Sami, I think it's time to come to you. Sami Bartels, obviously, it's a sports journalist. It's a lawyer. So he's perfect to comment on this matter. Sami, before you even coming, I asked my question. The guys have seen something curious in your video that they would like to point out. And it's all Sitso's fault.
Sitso, what have you done?
My brother, congratulations on your new car. It's your rubber car.
Spanking new car.
It's your rubber car.
They said your car, no, it's literally tear rubber. You haven't finished tearing the rubber.
You're not finished. Bro, no, man, congratulations on it.
Listen, Sami, I mean, we are here now, obviously. Yeah. I don't think anybody expected that this would happen, but it's happened. What have you made of the whole situation? The thinking of the appeals committee, the thinking of the disciplinary committee in the first decision, what options or what Senegal would do at this point, Morocco's case at this point. It's a very murky situation. Make sense of it for us.
Well, look, 20 opportunity to speak on this. And so much has been said that, it's hard to top what has been said. But I also have to say that there has been a lot of emotion. Most of the cry has been for context to be taken. And from a lot of what people have said, a fraction of time, in excess of 2 months for them makes a lot of difference. Because this decision is unprecedented. So all I've done is to just sit back and look at it again at the decision and look at the provisions based on this decision. Now, before I tell you, and what I'll do is I'll tell you what the case for Morocco is and why the appeals board took the decision it did, and what the case for Senegal is and what likely arguments we'll come up with. But before then, let me just mention that one of the biggest challenges when it comes to decisions in law is the issue of interpretation. And if the version of the CAF regulations for the 2025 Nations Cup I'm reading is correct, I think CAF could have done a slightly better job within the drafting of the regulations, especially the 82, 83, 84, and 85. The reason I say this is that sometimes when you draft, you have to anticipate what we call use cases or scenarios that may arise and try to deal with it. That gives whoever a judge or a committee person who is reviewing this decision an easier job to do. Now, let me explain why. And I hope you guys have your regulations in front of you.
We do.
The Article 82, and correct me if I'm reading the wrong version, says that if for any reason whatsoever a team withdraws from the competition or does not report for a match or refuses to play or leaves the ground before the regular end of the match without authorization of the referee, it shall be considered loser and shall be eliminated for good from the current competition. The same shall apply for the teams previously disqualified by decision of CAF. Per your reading, am I reading the right version?
That's it, yes.
Now, I've heard a lot, but I just want to highlight some things for consideration. I am concluding that the applicable portions that the disciplinary board used was refuses to play, right?
Correct.
Which will suggest that if a team says, I won't play anymore, whether they leave the pitch or not, this catches them. If you are going strictly by this, by refusing to play. The alternative is that they leave the ground before the regular end of the match. Now, thanks to my brother, Michael Akwadomvo, who I sat with this afternoon, I have read the French version as well. It was important for me that we look at both the English writing and the French version because in this continent, there are Francophones and the Anglophones. Just to be sure that somebody is not reading the English version and applying it and another reading the French version. Mm-hmm. Now, the French version says, instead of ground, it says le terrain. Le terrain is the pitch. And the first question I asked was, whichever CAF lawyer drafted this, why didn't they just say pitch? Because if you say ground, from an English perspective, it can mean many things. If we say Manchester's ground, or grounds, it could be the stadium, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So why don't you just say pitch, which makes it easier for everybody that when they leave the pitch, that's what you are talking about. Again, as a preliminary matter, I'm just highlighting the potential ambiguities in how the 82 was crafted. The French says le terrain, and as I understand le terrain, it means the pitch.
The terrain, exactly, the pitch, yes.
But this version I'm reading says, which is the English version says, leaves the ground. CAF would have helped themselves very much if they had said, leaves the pitch. Okay,
or just to help you, Sammy, the regulations have used the phrase field of play. So
that's what's in there.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that those regulations, instead of pitch, they've referred to it as field of play. And they refer to the and they use field of play 16 times in these regulations, except in the one time where it would bring clarity, that's when they fail to use it.
Precisely, and that's my gripe. Why didn't you just say field of play or pitch? But then in interpreting, based on the French, the conclusion could be that because they use le terrain, maybe the English is referring also to the pitch. So I just again want to highlight that. And then it says before the regular end of the match. Again, I wish these expressions had been defined in the regulation. What is your understanding of the regular end of the match? Is that 90 minutes, 120 minutes, or after penalty shootout? Or when the referee whistles and says the match has ended? Then it says that it shall be considered loser. My understanding is that what the board has said is that it has confirmed, because the shall, in the French, it says, the expression used in the French is certainly or most definitely, right? It's definitivement. That's the expression used in the French, which means most certainly. So it leaves very little wiggle room for use of discretion. And so you could say that on the basis of that, the board said that they shall be considered as a loser. And that has been fulfilled. Now here's the interesting thing. Guys, go back to your regulation. And it says, and shall be eliminated for good from the current competition. Now, if you were punishing Senegal to the letter, because this is conjunctive and says, and shall, not just declare them loser at 3-0, but they shall be eliminated for good. My question is, what does it mean to be eliminated for good? There are some explanations in 80, 87, 88, 89 relating to the stages. So remember when Togo were eliminated from the 2010 Nations Cup, it became a 3-team tournament between Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Burkina Faso, right?
Yes.
So if this was at the group stage, it's easier to say, because you walked off, not only are you declared loser, but you are completely out of the competition. And if this was at any other stage in the competition, that's what would have been said. But when you use the expression eliminated for good, again, I wish, for anybody, you have to say what you mean and mean what you say. When you use the idiom eliminated for good, what do you mean? Does that mean that perhaps the board, apart from just declaring Senegal to be 3-0 losers, should have gone further to say, well, Senegal, you are eliminated from the competition for good, so you are not even silver medalists. Nigeria and the other ones will be promoted. Are you getting the drift of my argument?
I am. That's an interesting one.
Because you remember what happened during the World Cup qualifiers when, due to some withdrawals, or what was considered in effect withdrawals, the tables had to be rationalized and points rationalized, and that is what got Nigeria into the playoffs in the first place. Again, I get in the drift of what I'm saying.
Absolutely, I'm following.
Now, 84 then says the team that contravenes the provisions of 82 and 83 shall be eliminated for good from the competition. I'll come to this, the first part in just a bit. But in the Article 90, it says if a finalist team refuses to play the final, it shall be replaced by the team it eliminated in the semi-final. The other losing semi-finalist shall be declared third of the competition. Now, by just an understanding of this, and
I think Sami is frozen. Somebody is calling his phone, I'm sure. That's why I said you should stay at home.
Guys,
no. Yes, Sami, you are back.
Does that mean being eliminated from good means being erased for good? In which case, the other teams behind you would have to be promoted? Or did this law anticipate that this would have happened before the complete?
Okay, nipa no fresh. I mean, on jaisa. You see, on jaisa. Sami to is stubborn.
So okay. So before I leave the issue of the interpretations and the drafting,
yes,
let me just mention one more thing, and that's what Raymond Hack was saying, that the 82 and 83 are supposed to be read conjunctively, because the 84 says the team which contravenes the provisions of Articles 82 and 83 shall be eliminated for good from the competition. Now, I heard what he said, because what he's saying is that you must not just have fulfilled 82, which is the walking off, etc., but 83. And 83 applies to when you don't show up at all or you show up late.
Yes.
So his argument is that you have to look at both. Do they fulfill 82 and 83? And if they do, then you can apply 84. But then, much as I agree with him, and I think Senegal can use this as a defense to say, look, it's conjunctive, not disjunctive. And so you have to read these together. The opposing side would then say, realistically, although it says conjunctively, those two scenarios cannot exist together. You cannot be the team that didn't show up or showed up late and still be the team that played the match and walked off. I getting my
Absolutely,
my
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so this is just to highlight the ambiguities within the very nature of how the regulations are drafted, and I think CAF's technical and legal team could have done a better job, because there are ways of expressing these things to ensure that there's certainty that this is what it means and it doesn't give double meaning.
Before you go on to your next point, just one more clarity on the interpretation and the way the language is couched, which goes back to Kwesi Nyantachi's point. He says that the refuses to play in itself has to have been read to mean when you don't come back to continue the game. Because once you come back and continue the game, you then did not refuse to play because you came and finished the game. Is that admissible?
No. So he has a point, and that's obviously a point that I would raise when I speak about the Senegal case, because there's no clear definition of the continuum of activities or actions that end in the refusal. Where does the refusal start and end? Again, this is what I mean by a more elegant approach to the drafting would have explained this, to say is the refusal to play, which is one side, but then the point at which you go off the pitch, the later on, whether it is going off without returning or going off but returning.
Yes.
2 steps go over the touchline, but then you come back. What does that mean? Does that mean you have fulfilled that requirement or not? Again, it's not, but then it will fall on whoever is sitting as a judge to look through this and then interpret it based on all the circumstances. So I'm going to pause here and get a better network, and I'll come back to you guys and explain to you what the case will be for Morocco was for Morocco probably.
Sammy, your network is better. It is better now. Everything is perfect.
And then also the case for Morocco. So please just give me a few minutes.
Okay, everything is perfect, but we can give you a few minutes. I guess Sammy wants to reposition himself. So he will come back. He's making a very, very interesting argument about language. And, Sitcho, you were agreeing a lot with what he was saying, and you've except the latter, you've been on the timeline a lot this week on this matter, and you can just pick up on your own argument because some of your arguments feed into some of the things that Sammy said.
It's not some.
It's not all of it.
Yeah.
So just continue for me. What you make of this situation? Why you believe in the way you do?
First and foremost, no team can go unpunished or go without the harsh punishment for bringing the game into disrepute in the manner in which Senegal did. Yeah. You can't walk off the pitch because you don't agree with the referee's decision and expect that you walk out of the stadium with the ultimate prize for the fixture. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense to me to begin with. Now, the rules are clear that when those things are done, and Sami went through those rules very clearly. I'm not going to waste some of our time to go through that. But the point is simple, that when a team refuses to play, as Senegal did refuse to play, they shall. It's not a discretion of the referee at that point. It's a command, if you like. They shall lose the game. They shall forfeit the game. It's not May. If it is May, you are looking at a lot of context in that situation. But they shall. So it is certain that they are going to, lose the game. So my point is there are a lot of emotions, and I have a feeling that there are many around the continent that do not like Morocco already. So many people are already calling them whatever. But in all of this process, it's just Morocco that has covered itself in glory. They didn't walk off the pitch. They didn't bring the game to disrepute. They followed the necessary protocols and have appealed and they've won. And my point is, when Senegal refused to play, and people say not all the Senegalese players left the pitch, blah, blah, blah. In fact, at some point, all of them left the pitch. Let's not forget, Mane also left the pitch.
To go and call his teammate.
He left the pitch. For what he left to go and do, we know he went to call, but he left the pitch. So there was a point where we didn't have Senegalese footballers on the pitch to even compete. And my point is, even if there are 2 players on the pitch and the rest were in the dressing room, it's not enough. So once that happened and they refused to play, then they have put themselves in this big mess. And for me, this is an issue that we need to mete out the strongest punishment possible so that the next time when the Black Stars feel that the referee made a wrong decision against them, the Black Stars will leave the pitch for 5 minutes and come back and come and finish the game and win the game and tell the referee that at least we came back. That is not the matter. Coming back is not the matter. The biggest matter and the most important matter is the fact that you left the pitch. And I'm happy Sami has brought this up. We didn't know that in French it didn't use ground, it used pitch. So the guy in Morocco, they speak French. Correct. They would have been reading the regulations in French.
That's true.
And Morocco would have been arguing their case in French. If they are arguing their case in French, then Senegal didn't only refuse to play, they actually left the pitch. So two things in that 82 has caught them. So first, the handcuff was only on one hand. Right now, the handcuff on both hands. So right now they are like this. First they were like this.
You mean first they handcuffed them one hand to the table.
One hand to a table. So they could move the other hand and talk.
Yes.
But
now, bring the other.
But right now they are like this. They can't even speak.
You are very silly boy.
Based on the French interpretation. It is no, they are like this. And you see, friends, we also have to be careful. Once the appeals committee has ruled, as soon as they ruled, Senegal should have been getting ready to return the trophy. Because as soon as the appeal committee rules, before any protest or whatsoever, it is binding. So as we speak, Morocco are champions.
No, you have 24 hours to appeal. So in that 24-hour period, hold on, yes, I get your point.
Yeah.
But I'm also pointing out that that's why the law allows
24 hours of appeal.
Yes, and during that 24-hour period, there is no immediate enforcement once you can appeal. So once you file the appeal and you request for a stay, then they can't simply.
No, until it's heard. But the point. So what I'm saying is,
stay, you can request for a stay immediately.
No. They've not done that, have they?
They've sent the appeal and everything.
But Morocco are champions. As we speak, are Morocco AFCON champions 2025, 2026.
Senegal says. We have listen to this. We have appealed, and that decision to declare Morocco champions must be stayed until.
But CAS has to accept
that appeal.
The stay of execution before.
But
wait. Merely applying for a stay of execution in itself is not an enforcement.
So right now, before they hear the
trophy must go back. No, it's a fact.
It has to be one of the reliefs you are seeking before.
I get you now.
And especially. If in that appeal, before you go on, if in that appeal to CAS, Senegal does not specifically request for a stay of that execution.
I've seen the Senegalese reports.
There is a stay.
Yes.
Okay. But that has to be heard and granted by CAS before.
So the appeals committee, the appeals committee's ruling are always binding. They are, in fact, they are in CAF. Senegal can't do anything else in CAF.
No.
That is why they have to go to CAS.
Yes.
So, and here is the case. I've also heard people talk about, the referee decision is final. The referee decision, if the referee finishes, it's not true. It is not true.
Yeah. So that argument is that the referee is the one who should have declared the forfeiture, and once he didn't do it, and Senegal came back, and the referee made his own decision to continue the game until the final whistle. Once the game finished, and the referee indicated that Senegal are champions, that no other judicial body should be able to overturn that decision. That's the argument you're talking about, right?
Yeah, it's not true.
Okay.
Because the referee might have, and in cases where the referee wrongly applied the law, it can be challenged. In instances where the referee wrongly applied the law, it can be challenged.
With regard to a final result?
Yes.
Do you have an example?
With regards to an instance in the game that the referee misapplied the law. So you can challenge it, and when you challenge it, decision rests with appeals or CAS or whoever. But the fact that the referee made a mistake by applying a wrong application of the law doesn't mean that post the game you can't challenge it. So all Morocco did was, yes, referee, you've closed the game, no problem. But we feel that it didn't apply the Article 82 because they refused to play, and per the French interpretation, which is so nice, they left
la terre.
They left la terre. So what Morocco, you see, and
if you leave la terre, it's for feature.
It's for feature. 1-0, no, it's not 1-0. That's the game. The referee shouldn't even have continued the game, and the referee did. So the referee misapplied the law, misapplied the rule. And that is why they've gone past. And I'm saying.
But I'm also saying to you, Sitsofe, that it's not every instance where when the referee misapplies the law.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's called misjudgment.
Yeah.
So he misapplied the law.
Yeah.
Where the result has been reversed. That's why I ask you if you have an example, because I asked that question on the presumption or the assumption that referees make all kinds of errors all the time, and every error a referee makes, it's tantamount to a misapplication of the law. That's why it's an error.
So it can
it's
be protested.
Yeah, it can be, but I'm saying that. Do you have any instance in the past where a misapplication of the law, fair enough, has resulted in a reversal of the result?
Because we've not had any instance anywhere in the world that in a final a team walked out of the pitch, refused to play, came back and won the trophy. It hasn't happened before. So this case, there's no.
But you said there's multiple instances where the law has been misapplied.
Oh yeah, like red cards.
No. This specific one, Morocco did it in 76.
No, they didn't. It wasn't the same.
No,
they came back.
Even the 76 one, they said it was fake news. There's no evidence unless you have it. Do you have it? Because somebody interviewed a player who was involved. I saw the story this morning. Somebody spoke to a player who was involved in the game.
It's not social media.
It's not social
media.
So you have the evidence to it?
I'm saying that if you have
when you ask for evidence of what nature? That was I in the stadium that day?
No, you have a story that
said that.
That's all.
Do you have?
Because there's a player from the game.
Okay.
Moroccan.
Guinean, actually.
Okay.
It's on Tanu. Tanu. He did it. The story is on his wall. You can check it out. The player said no such thing.
They were giddy, but nobody they were protesting, but nobody saying nobody.
I saw this morning. Game. The
yes, but
guy
he is
didn't take part in the game.
He is also the man who checks the records at CAF,
So
and is part of that adjudicatory chamber.
So you actually something that you experience. I should take another man.
I'm
who
saying
didn't
that
experience it.
I will take the word of the man who sits on that CAF adjudicatory chamber until there is evidence against it.
Oh, that's fair to you. That's fair enough. That's to him. But
that Atsu is saying that the man, the CAF guy,
he didn't sit on that case.
He didn't sit on that case.
No, I didn't say that.
He's mentioning it as a reference
in an interview, not in a legal document.
Friends, he referenced it as a case.
Which case? Because there's no case like that.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Was there a case then? What was the case?
Did that?
He said
no, 17.